didn't hear the order.
It's 6 p.m. and I'm going to call this meeting of the Zoning Board of Adjustments to order. It's the 10th day of April and we're in the Navasota City Hall Council Chambers. Are there any remarks of visitors on anything that's not on the agenda item? I don't see any.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, going on to number 3. Conduct a public hearing to receive public comments and testimony regarding a zoning variance application submitted by Jose and Isabel Alfaro for the replat of 2 lots. The request is to vary from the adopted R1A high-density single-dwelling unit, 7,000 square foot lot, residential district, minimum lot size requirements. The property affected is located at 505 Brosig Avenue in Navasota, Grimes County, Texas, 77868, legally described as Felder, Block 72, and part of Lot 1, Block 71. And I will call this public hearing to order at 6:01.
Madam Chairman, Zoning Board of Adjustment, as you read a brief summary, Mr. Alfaro went through the replat process and actually presented the replat to the Planning and Zoning Commission on March 14th. The replat was approved contingent upon a variance being approved for the minimum lot size requirements. Under the property zoning designation, the minimum lot size is 7,000 square feet. However, the proposed replat would create a lot of approximately 6,200 square feet. So it's just a little bit short of that. The dimensions do meet the zoning requirements, which are 60 by 100. However, the square footage is a bit below that. Jose is here tonight if y'all have any questions about it or about the request. And so I'll open it up for questions.
Mr. Alfaro?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
So are you planning on putting another,
Yes, ma'am. Single family home there.
okay.
Yes, ma'am. If y'all permit.
Are y'all going to live in it or are you renting it out or?
Where we're living at for meanwhile, but it'll come up for sale later on.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it going to be a single-family dwelling or a mobile home?
Dwelling. Dwelling. Yes.
So a manufactured home wouldn't be allowed, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Is that house that's already on the property, is that set back the 10 feet or whatever from this proposed property line?
The existing home, yes. It's within the setbacks.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to be putting a pool in?
Not on this one.
Oh, I was going to say that would be a public pool, I'm sure.
Public pool, right?
So Lupe, I guess the only way that they could have complied to keep R1,
Mm-hmm.
7,000 square feet, would have actually physically moved the existing structure on R2, correct?
Correct, yeah, that's something that we played with the idea of moving that middle property line over, right? Because this lot here is a 1/4 acre. It's well over 10,000 square feet. So we could have easily just moved this line over, but then it would have created an encroachment of setbacks with our current home. And so we definitely don't want to fix one problem and create another. And so keeping that line there, we felt was the least impactful to the site. There's also a 30-foot drainage or utility easement that runs through here. And so the footprint of the new home will actually also have to stay outside of that easement. And so it'll be a fairly narrow home. I think we did the math, but Jose says you can make it work and stay outside of that easement. But anyway, that was the least impactful to the site without creating too many issues.
And you're a builder, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you know what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have a floor plan already picked out for the house you want to build there?
Yes, but I was waiting for this to be
Yeah.
approved so I could turn it in.
How many square feet is the new house?
It's gonna be around 1,500, a little above 1,500 square foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
With a garage?
No,
No?
no.
Yeah, that'd be hard to squeeze it all in there.
So does that mean he'll have to come back for a carport variance or?
I think there's been a home or two that just don't have a garage, right? It's just a standard driveway.
Yes.
Or a carport.
The one
Yeah,
on
there-
Nolan
yeah.
Street didn't have a driveway, a garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is not a requirement for the zoning code. They just have to provide 2 spaces off the street for parking, but you don't actually have a garage or a carport.
Okay.
Huh.
Now, if it's approved tonight, they don't have to return to planning and zoning, right? It just-
No, that's correct, and that's why the motion was made contingent upon, and so they didn't want to do any undue pressure on you guys, but they did make it contingent, so if it's approved, he doesn't have to return.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions of Mr. Alfaro? Okay, well, I'll close the public hearing at 6:05.
Thank you.
Item number 4, consideration and possible action on order number 1-2024, approving a zoning variance application submitted by Jose and Isabel Alfaro for the replat of 2 lots. The request is to vary from the adopted R1A high-density single-dwelling unit, 7,000 square foot residential district minimum lot size requirements. The property affected is located at 505 Brosick Avenue in Navasota, Grimes County, Texas, 77868, legally described as Felder, Block 72, and part of Lot 1, Block 71. Well, I move we approve order number 1-2024.
I'll second it.
We have a motion from the chair and a second from Mac Vaughn. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, item number 5, conduct a public hearing to receive public comments and testimony regarding a zoning variance application submitted by Travis and Lauren Rice. The request is to vary from the adopted R1B medium-density single-dwelling unit quarter-acre residential district side setback requirements. The property affected is located at 1115 Water Street in Navasota, Grimes County, Texas, 77868. Legally described as McNair, Block 12, Lot 8, 9, 10, in 10 feet of the alley, in part of Block 8, Felder. And I will open this public hearing at 6:08.
Madam Chair, Zoning Board of Adjustment, again, to summarize, the requested variance is for an encroachment on the side setback, specifically the west side of the property. In R1B zoning requirements, the side setback is 10% of the lot width or 7 feet, whichever is greater. And so in this instance, because it's a fairly large lot, the 10% rule applies, which results in a 14-foot side setback. Travis and Lauren, they're planning an addition, a minor addition on that side, and so the request is for a 10-foot side setback versus the 14, so that is a 4-foot encroachment. Travis and Lauren Rice are here tonight if y'all have any questions about the variance.
What side is it on? Can you go back to the picture?
It is on the west side, so it is right here between the assisted living.
Okay.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that's Marguerite Diorio's old home, isn't it? Yeah.
That's what we've been told. Yes. We've heard that.
It's haunted.
We have not heard that. Well, that should make it more interesting.
Now that's on the record now, Mac. Thank you.
Oh, well. Nobody listens to me anyway.
Well, I've driven by there a couple of times, and I'm not a good judge of feet, but the addition that you want to put on would go right past where you have the compressor and all that,
Correct, that's correct. There is a air conditioner, air handling unit that's out
Okay.
there on that side, and I believe that that'll go just a little bit past that current, out there. So they do have it currently marked on those drawings.
Yeah.
So we had worked with Winchester Architects and Brian to create these drawings for us. And in the process of trying to maintain the old house, we had, wanted to add a little pantry and laundry room over there on that side. Our goal is to try to maintain the original floor plan of the old house as much as we can without doing too much in the way of changing it. So the only way we could come up with that is to add this little addition there on the back side for this part, which consists of a pantry and a laundry room and a half bath.
Is the addition marked in the grid lines?
Yes, and the grid lines there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's correct. So that's the part that's extending past the 10% setback rule, which comes into just over 4 feet into that area.
And it still leaves a 10-foot setback, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So there also is there's another 10 feet for is it a utility easement that's on there as well, up against the fence, between the fence? So there's a 14.6 to the property line, and then there's another 10
Oh, correct.
10
Yes.
feet to the wooden
Mm-hmm.
the wooden fence that's existing right there. It's existing right now. So if you look at the I don't know if any of those pictures show the existing fence that's there. So there still is a fairly decent
I'll remember it.
setback that's,
Oh, you can barely see it, I think, on that
Yeah.
picture.
Over that
Yeah.
place and that.
right there, yeah. So that fence there. So there's a 10-foot utility easement. I think it's utility easement. And then the property line, then the setback there, so.
Yeah, I think it's an aerial easement for power.
I've driven by that house a number of times over the years, and I think about the potential. I wish I had the money to fix it up, So
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody is. So.
We're looking forward to doing something. It is a very charming house that my wife and I took on the task of trying to fix this up and get it all fixed up and back to
Is the old garage still there?
the garage is still there. Part of it was converted to an apartment living quarters. So there's a single car garage on that. If you look at the picture there's a single car garage where the driveway leads into, and then the rest of it was converted into
Yeah,
an apartment.
man cave.
Correct.
Or sewing room.
Currently it's detached from the existing or the old house, and so we're gonna in the plan there's also laying out a larger garage and some other stuff there, but all of that falls within the.
What about the old one that's more storage than sitting at the back of the property?
Oh, that one I can't see that we're gonna be able to. I can't see any reason why we'll need to keep that there. It's in pretty
Bad
poor
shape,
condition.
yeah,
It's right up against the property line there, so
Yeah, okay.
our goal is to just take it down when we do this project. Get it.
You're currently living in the home?
We are not. We currently live up in College Station,
Oh, okay.
so we decided we wanted to move down here, and we found that house, and that was that was a project that we wanted to take on and.
So you're fixing it to move into, though?
That's correct.
That is the
We will
plan.
be, yes, we will be living in it.
Okay.
You'll take a big sigh of relief when you get here. I assure you.
So on a remodel like this, they don't have to go before planning and zoning, do they, or?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. So, does the engineer representing the city address any drainage issues or anything that come up from additions or anything like that?
So the process will be if the variance is approved, Mr. Rice will submit the full architectural drawings, and then that's reviewed by our building official. And our building official takes drainage and grading into account during that review and during the inspection process. So yes, there will be a set of eyes on it.
Does anybody else have any more questions? If not, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 6:14. Okay. Okay, item number 6, consideration and possible action on order number 2-2024, approving a zoning variance application submitted by Travis and Lauren Rice. The request is to vary from the adopted R1B medium-density, single-dwelling unit, quarter-acre residential district side setback requirements. The property affected is located at 1115 Water Street in Navasota, Grimes County, Texas, 77868, legally described as McNair, Block 12, Lot 8, 9, 10, and 10 foot of the alley, and part of Block 8, Felder.
I move that we approve order number 2-2024.
We have a motion from Ms. Conlon and a second by Ms. Vidato. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number, lose my place here, too much paper. Okay. Item number 7, consideration and possible action on approval of the December 13, 2023 meeting minutes as presented.
I move that we approve the December 13th meeting minutes.
And I'll second.
Gosh, we hadn't met since.
We have a motion from Ms. Conlon, second from the chair, to approve the minutes from the December 13th, 2023 minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. And then we go to item number 8, which is to adjourn.